hopefully that will work well. Hi everyone. Sorry about the delay, whoever's joining. My iPhone's been giving me some difficulties with live streaming, so unfortunately this angle's the best I can do. Apologies for that. I would love to have included the display, which I can show you briefly. Synthetic 60, 41 minutes to go. But yeah, unfortunately for some reason my iPhone doesn't want to do landscape mode in YouTube at all. So I don't know if it's because the motion sensor, whatever determines the direction, has failed. But yeah, portrait mode, like portrait lock is off, and I even tried turning it on and off, it just doesn't want to do it. But the camera works fine in landscape, the normal camera, so no it didn't, I added all of that, almost. The synthetic, the normal level for synthetic is like drum rim, sort of, I think just below drum rim, the main wash. It is about this, it's slightly lower than this on Mrs. It's like just above dorsal on Mrs. But no, I added a ridiculous amount of water to this because it was having difficulties, shall we say. Let's just announce that I've managed to start the stream. It's going to spin very soon, I think 1 or 2 minutes until it actually spins. Would I recommend it? Yes and no. I'd recommend it, yes, because it's interesting. Hisense are interesting machines, but they don't mince well, they don't spin well, unless you use the 4-hour Cotton 60 intensive. You are better off buying something else if performance is the main important thing to you. Buy something else, is what I'm saying. Here we go, first intermediate spin. Someone actually, in the comments of one of my hisense videos, someone suggested using a bleach for colours to help with removing odours. So maybe try that, because I was thinking of, because I've got, I have this, so I might try some of this colours and whites oxygen bleach stain remover to see if that helps. Oh right. Well, it's a shame that you've not had a great experience with LG. Does the hisense have shock absorbers? Yes, it does. It has 3 of them. The old model had 4. It has just 3, this one, because it's a smaller capacity. Really loud, doesn't remove odours. That's a shame. Have you tried, I know you've said before that you're not really able to do such long cycles, but have you tried doing a slightly longer cycle? Because I found that works on the hisense. I know they are quite long on the AI direct drive models. But it's a bit, if you get hisense, you're not going to have any, it's not going to be any different. Hisense are even worse for long cycles. Hello everyone, welcome to the stream. We're literally just starting the intermediate spin. It's not technically a Goenya, it is a pure hisense. Close one like that will either be rubber after drying. I haven't experienced that myself with any washer dryer, so not sure about that one. It does look like Goenya. The door is the same as the wave active doors. The previous ranges did have different doors. Oh, here we go. No subs lock. That's very surprising. My hisense fuel. Yes, my old one was the same as yours. I really like cotton colour. It's annoying that they got rid of it. I'm good, thanks, Rebecca Boy 2004. What about you? A new one might get something else. LG is good, but wouldn't. See, the thing is, even the brands that I really like LG and Electrolux, they're not as good as what they used to be. I think everything you buy nowadays is going to have some major annoyance of some sort. It does sound like the bearings are going. But the bearings allowed on hisense machines, they're worse than Electrolux bearings, and Electrolux bearings are loud, relatively. But it was the same on my other hisense. The metallic rattling you can hear is the bearings. There's also a bit of belt noise as well. Oh, in your LG, right, okay. That will probably be... What's that going to be? The shocks, or maybe something like a loose bolt. Because I've had on one of my hot point, it might be the dryer box is slightly loose as well. Because I had on my old hot point, the dryer box fully came off. And was just being supported by, you know, where it connects into the sill. And it was making a horrible noise. I'm missing comments here. Because they disappear within 2 seconds. It sounds like belt. See, I've not noticed that much on Samsung, but then again, I don't really watch a lot of Samsung videos. In Hisense's case, I think it's just mostly misaligned bearings. But the belt noises don't help. I'm surprised this hasn't suds locked. Because if I wash towels in this, it suds locks. Yet with duvets, no issues. And my other Hisense was the same. The new Garenia Premium edition. I don't really know. I've not I haven't paid that much attention to them. Nine and a half months. It's not really that old, is it? 9.5 months. I mean, mine's done me really well, but mine's 2015, and quality was different even then compared to now. Times 1 on December 28th. That is when December 28th is 1 day after the 2-year anniversary of me having the IZ. Because I got the IZ on December 27th, 2021. What brand up to £390 would you recommend? Well, you can get the same Zanussi that I've got for £389, and I think, as much as I was annoyed about the sensing, I think it's a really, really solid machine actually, compared to what else is on the market nowadays. Although I don't know whether the price has changed since I got it. Oh, have you got Electrolux or AEG or anything? But they're more expensive. It used to be slim. What brands have you got? I can't think of them. I can't, my mind's gone blank.
Candy Smart Inverter. They are Candy are pretty decent. But obviously different people like different things. She said it was better than local Fresh Cat. I would agree, obviously not having used either of them, but from what I've seen of videos, I would rather have a Candy than a modern Whirlpool or Hot Point or Indesit. Talking about either Becca or Garenia. Both probably decent choices. Becca wouldn't be one of my first choices, but obviously it's up to you what you get. Judging by Mr. Washer's videos, his Garenia, you know, Mr. Washer's Garenia, that seems quite decent actually. That seems pretty good actually, I would say. I don't know how much they would cost, but maybe if that's within your budget, perhaps that's something to try. The new wave axes with the new display seem quite good. What you mean the new ones, like high-end ones? Look at how well it saturated the duvet on the rinse. Why couldn't it have done that on the main wash? 7 kilogram one costs €379. That's what, 7 kilogram? 379. That's not too bad, I guess. Not those ones with. I'm not quite sure which ones you mean. LG Lover Forever. Absolutely hate that. Garenia changed the design on the way up to 2018 was so good. I mean, I don't mind the new ones, but each to their own. I do think a lot of brands are getting rid of designs that really work and really good looking designs, and replacing them with less good looking designs. And more brands seem to be getting rid of changing stuff that works instead of fixing the stuff that doesn't work, if that makes sense. Or maybe look for an 8 kilogram 1600. Yeah, 8 kilogram 1600 would be pretty good. As I say, especially if it's one like Mr. Washer's, I think they seem pretty good. In my opinion, anyway. Yeah, I agree. I think it's weird. I think not having text on the drawer is weird, because every machine I've owned has had, you know, some sort of text on the drawer. They did on some of the newer models. All it says on the drawer is the LG logo, and because they got rid of all the other text. We got some of those here. I'll try and find one to show you closer. Yes, there are. The ones that look like mine are pure. They are hisense programming. The ones that look like wave actives and everything, they are Garenia programming. They are different. See, on that one, there's text on the drawer up there that says inverter direct drive 8 kilos. But on this one, you see they've got rid of that text. That's what we mean, to whoever was confused. Yes, there are new V3s with the jets, with the Turbo 360 jets. The 8.5 kilo, we've got the 8.5 kilo and 1200 model, which was one of my options actually to get, because I was debating between that and the ZWF, and I still not sure whether if I chose the OG whether I would have liked that more or not, but maybe that's something for the future. Maybe I'll go for wave active. Yeah, I mean, choosing a new washer is difficult. It's not easy at all. I spend like at least a week fully deciding which one I want. Yeah, V8, V4. See, I've never seen any V4s here. I don't think we have V4s here. I've seen V3, V5, V6, V7, V9, 10 and 11. Hi Elux Becco Lover 1100, welcome to the stream. Yeah, a lot of brands are doing the same thing with the keeping the same drums but changing the capacities upwards. And as I've said it before and I'll keep saying it, drums are only going to get smaller as time goes on. Like this Hisense has a 54 litre drum. That would have been 5 kilos back in like 2000, and now it's considered 9 kilos. .54 litres are technically 5 kilos, with 1 kilogram, 11 litres roughly. That's going to water lock. It kept it all around the drum. None of that went on the glass somehow. That was a terrible time for the machine to turn the pump off. Back then a 6 kilo Electrolux was... Yeah, my Zanussi IZ is like 61 centimeters deep or something. And that's got a... I think about 55 litre drum in it, and that's 5 kilo. I don't mind the small drums personally, but I just wish they wouldn't market them as like 8 or 9 kilos or something. Grandma's old Vestal was 8 kilo, I had 65 litre drum. I had an 8 kilo hot point washer dryer, WDAO 8640G. Back in like 2013, and that had a 62 litre drum for 8 kilos, which is pretty decent actually. KS 12 kilograms, 76 litres. Is it? That seems about right, to be fair. I think Midia's 12 kilo drum is the same, 76 litres. That looks interesting. I'm not sure what that would be like. Yeah, I heard about that. 72 litre aquatech drum. And yeah. And 12 kilo 12 kilo LG and yeah, 12 kilo LG are 81 litre, same as 13 kilo now. I think 72 litres is a bit small for 12 kilos. Even by modern standards. Okay, hold on, I'll look. I don't get how 12 kilo is. That's just what happens. Different manufacturers do things differently. I do much prefer LG's design, drum design. The Aquatech drum, it looks nice. The Aquatech drum looks nice, but it's like hisense, it's got barely any holes. Let's see what Aquatech in my... I agree. I don't think it really does anything. It'd be better if they made it like a physical jet into the front of the load, rather than just dripping on top of it. I think, personally. Test it LG, put in full loaded clothes, made it hold for 30 seconds. Not like hold for 3 minutes. LG do spin very well. Since I've made mine spin at 1600, or since I found out you can spin at 1600, I've never seen better spin performance than from 80 seconds at 1600 from that. Although I will say, from a regular spin, DWF and the LG are very, very close in spin performance. it's not a hack. It's this range of LG have a hidden mode, which just basically sets every model of it to 1600 spin model and forces the multi-directional balancing that is typical of specific models of LG. So if you enter that mode on any of the models, even the 1000, 1200 models, it then turns them all to 1600, regardless of model. One of my friends has a 1200 model, theirs goes to 1600 in that mode. Another one has a 1000 model, like mine, again goes to 1600. We call it advanced developer mode, but really there's no name for it as far as we're aware. Not really reprogramming or glitching as such. I do understand I do agree with what you're saying. I like to keep machines, I wouldn't want to change how a machine acts, but getting a faster spin speed is something I'd love to do. And that's basically what this mode does, that's basically all it does. It does have programming differences from the normal mode. Like when you run through, you'll notice in advanced developer mode, if you run through all the cycles, all the maximum length of cycles, they all act very, very similarly. Whereas in normal mode, they're all quite different in their own ways. That's the only annoying thing about advanced developer mode. But I love the 1600 spin. Samsung has good spin as well. Yeah, the thing about Samsung, I can't speak about performance because I haven't owned one, but I don't, regardless of performance, I'm not very fond of short spins and short holds. So like even if it performs outstandingly well, it doesn't really mean anything to me if the spin's too short, if that makes sense. It's the same with Hisense. I like Hisense's long 5.5 minute hold at, well, 1400, 1500, however fast it is, that it does in Floss and 60 intensive, even though it's probably only equivalent to a normal 1400 spin in any other machine. That's the other thing about Samsung as well. And my Indesit actually does the same thing, or did the same thing on the Eco 4060 spin and the standard Cosmos spin. My Indesit would hold at 700 for about 9 minutes, and then 800 for a further 7 minutes or something like that, and then only hold at 1200 for, what was it, 75 seconds I think. Holding at the lower speeds for a stupid amount of time doesn't do anything. It's the max speed that's important. So yeah, I hate that as well. The thing about Samsung has the AI models, cloudy day cycle, holds at 1200 longer than 1400. This is the third and final intermediate spin. What I might do is, after this spin, I'll put it on the, no I won't. After the next rinse, instead of doing the synthetic final spin, I'll put it to the standard spin, so we get the 1 minute hold instead of the 20-second hold. And then we're going to respin it in LG at 1600. If I was at 7 minutes, it does, because the you can hold at 700 or 800 for an unlimited amount of time. The performance isn't going to come close to 1200. Even a very short time at 1200 will be better than a stupid amount of time at 700 or 800. My point with that is the time wasted holding at 700 and 800 could be spent at 1200. Because holding at lower speeds doesn't do anything, really, if you're then going to go to a significantly higher speed, or any higher speed at all. You should do live streams more often. I should, really. I tend to prefer doing videos, really, mainly for quality reasons, because if the Wi-Fi suddenly becomes slower, you see it in the live stream, whereas you don't get that with videos. But what's nice about the live stream is we can interact in real time. Like, you guys leave comments and then I respond to them. That's what's nice about live streaming. I saw 1600 hot point. Yeah, they are hot point and interset nowadays. They're not very good at holding at that high speeds. Although then again, I don't think they ever really have been, to be honest. I'm trying to think back to my other machine, my other hot points. I think the longest hold I got out of them was maybe 2.5 minutes. The interset I had held between 75 and between 60 and 90 seconds, depending on what spin it was on. So I think on the spin only cycle, I think it did 60-second hold. On things like white cotton and mixed colours, it would do 75 seconds. And I think eco and standard cotton would do 90 seconds or so. Again, it's turning off the pump while it accelerates. I can't work out why it does that. Sometimes it accelerates, then immediately turns off the pump while it starts accelerating. Just now the motor was drawing 600 watts trying to get to 400. Hi Laundry Lad 2010, welcome to the stream. 1600 at 20, no, it will, 1600 for 20 seconds will achieve 1600 performance, but it's just, how do I explain this? Longer holds are better. Ideally you want, I think 4 to 5 minutes is the optimum length hold for performance and, you know, bearing life, and also silliness as well. I think beyond 5 minutes you don't really get any better spin performance, and obviously the higher speed you get to, the lower that time gets. So I think for 1600, maybe 3.5 minutes is all you need, and then after that I don't think it's going to do any more. Although I haven't tested, and maybe that'll have to be something I test one day. Margarani did that as well. LG holds for 5 minutes at 1370 on normal. Mine holds for, on the normal 15-minute spin, mine holds for somewhere between 2 and 3 minutes. I think it's about, I think it might be about 2 3/4 minutes it holds for on the normal 15-minute spin. Then on the 36-minute final spin it holds for a total of 8 minutes 20, of which 5.5 minutes is constant hold. And then the drying spin has about 8 minutes or so constant hold. What's my dream washer? I don't actually know. I don't really have one dream washer. I mean, I want a Hotpoint WD420G because that's my childhood washer. That's the first machine I grew up with, the first machine I remember having. But that's not really a dream machine, that's a childhood machine. I don't consider them the same category, if that makes sense. The thing is, I'm extremely fussy about machines to the point where I don't think I could pick one dream washer, because they all have things that annoy me. Every machine has something that annoys me, every machine has something that I like. No, it's just a washing machine, not a washer dryer. My old Mini held at 1400 for 2 to 3 minutes with a half load and 5.5 minutes with a full load. That is pretty good. Those are good length holds. Although I don't really have any interest in Miele at all. My childhood machine was Amica AWS T10L. Let's Google Amica AWS T10L. Is that right? Looks decent. I don't really know a lot about Amicas, actually. I know that they made some Samsungs, some early Samsungs were made by Amica, and I have seen a video that Witchwasher made about one of those that looks like it's made by Amica, and it seems decent, a bit sensitive, but decent. But yeah, I don't really know a lot about them. Samsung bought Amica factories. Oh, okay, fair enough. My veteran hub longer at 1200 on Eco than at Cotton's normal. So did mine. My WM74125W, I think held for about 3 minutes at 1300 on normal Cottons, and I think about 4 minutes on Cotton Eco. Do you have the mid-range 12 kilo? Yes, we do. We have two ranges of 12 kilos. We have the WFQY range, which was the same one that I had, and the WFQA range, which is the same as mine, but has a horribly dark heat shield and potential programming differences, although I don't know about the programming thing. In 2009, Amica had no money at all. Now Medium makes Amica appliances. Yes, I've seen some Medium made Amicas, although I haven't seen them called Amica here. They're usually under different brand names here. For example, Logic or Bush or other things. This is the softener rinse. So as I say, after this, when this rinse ends, we're gonna put it on the normal spin, so that we can see the 1 minute hold. Then we're gonna respin in LG at 1600. I heard that the slim 6 kilogram Amicas take only 2.19 on the boil wash. That's pretty quick. But if they're slim 6 kilos, that's very understandable and very reasonable. Considering my ZWF actually can do a decent boil wash, reaching 83 in only an hour 32, I can believe that takes only 2.19. And my second childhood machine was an LG F1256 LG. That's good. I like LGs. Older ones might annoy me a little. Ones made before 2014, because they are a little sensitive. But I still like them. bought in 2011, was extremely sensitive, but sometimes something. Yeah, unpredictable balancing was certainly a trait of older LG, shall we say. Again, probably would annoy me having an LG made before 2014, but I still like them as machines as a whole. I think they're quite interesting. What does this say? My LG, which is 85, short at 95, and 3 hours from 94, I would say test on a wire probe thermometer, because the heat shield can feel very hot and it will still be my LG's heat shield gets quite hot and it's still only 81 inside on any 95 cycle, and even the AI direct drive models do lie about temperature very slightly, but it's about the same as mine in accuracy, because I don't know if you watch 000158's videos, but he's got a wire probe thermometer for his AI direct drive, and he did a 60-degree temperature test recently, and it said 57 when the display was claiming 60, which is about the same as what mine would say. So again, they're still not fully trustworthy, so I'd say test with a wire probe thermometer to be sure. It's something like 000158. I can't remember how many zeros there are. I can find it and show you, if you give me a second. I was supposed to be taking video clips of this on my iPhone and uploading it to Instagram, but oh well, I forgot. Right, let's put this on the normal spin, so we get a decent, well, I say decent, so that we get a 1 minute hold instead of 20 seconds. Then obviously we're going to put it in LG for the 1600. Yes, they do. Pretty much all of the spin program is the same in this range as it was in the previous range. The only real differences on spin programming is in Eco 4060 and synthetic, because synthetic is a new cycle. But Eco 4060 has very slightly different spin patterns, which, if you haven't seen the video, the Eco 4060 video, it now does a single 1200 RPM intermediate spin and one rinse, compared to the previous range, which would have done 2 rinses, each with 1000 RPM intermediate spins. I'm yet to test full length Eco 4060 on this though. I've only had half length, so maybe full length would do 2 rinses, hopefully, but we'll see. I will watch that in a while, Mary. After I finish live streaming. I wish they did update. I was hoping that they would, but I also did think that they probably wouldn't have. But this is going back to what I was saying about brands never change the things that don't work. They only seem to change the things that work, that you don't want them to change, if that makes sense, rather than changing the things that they need to change. Like, they're still using the drum design with so little holes. Also, the service mode is still broken on this, just like it was on my other one. You go into service mode, it starts filling, immediately bald error. Just gives a random bald error. No, I have a no moderator rule, so nobody gets mod, because there's too many people who would abuse it. And the other reason I have a no moderation rule. Let's let this finish subs locking before I finish talking. There we go. The other reason I have a no moderation rule is I like the to me the comment section should be a place of you have no power over anyone else, if that makes sense. So to have nobody as a moderator, nobody has any power over anyone else, so no one can hide anyone else, no one can time out anyone else because they don't like them, for example, which I see happening far too often. So just having no moderators is better. And that's how it's always been, and that's how it always will be. I haven't tested yet. My old hisense actually heated extremely well on Baby Steam 95 with intensive. I measured Baby Steam 95 normal. I never measured Baby Steam 95 intensive, which I regret not measuring, because when I washed this duvet and the other hisense, I washed it on Baby Steam 95 intensive, and the heat shield was so hot, I'm sure it hit somewhere near 90. I will measure Baby Steam 95 intensive on this though, and see how high it gets. Allergy doesn't allow 90 though. Allergy is 1460 only. But Baby Steam is 40, 60 and 90.
Right, main burst. Yes, unfortunately, the steam has not been fixed. It's still just a 53-degree low-level main wash before it tops up and continues the actual main wash. I have filmed both of the cycles. I filmed allergy steam and baby steam. They will be uploaded, but I'm uploading the cycles in order. So I currently have all of them filmed at this point in time. The next cycle to be uploaded is Wool, in which I washed the Tigger Teddy that Hoover jumped with. And we'll see how Hisense handles it when I upload that. No spoilers until then. But I have filmed everything. Every main cycle. But I've got a lot of outstanding videos at the moment. So it might be a while until you see some of them. Yes, this machine's for keeping. I knew that before I even got it. I knew I was getting this to keep. The actual reason I bought it, half the reason I bought it was because I missed my other Hisense, and these are fun to use, even if they don't perform very well. They are still fun to use. And secondly, I bought it for the channel because I wanted to give Hisense another chance. Because I had a manufacturing defect in my first one. Obviously hasn't happened in this one, thankfully. But they still haven't improved the programming. So yes, it's for keeping. But the main reason I bought it was for the channel. So this is for the channel. The next machine I buy will be for myself. LG won't be replaced until it's fully unusable. The LG is the household machine. It's not part of the collection, technically. At the moment, LG is fully working on the washer side, 100% functional. It's just the dryer box, the dryer fan motor has seized up. Right, we're at 1200 now. And when the bearings on my washer are going, should I leave it like here? I'm not sure what you're trying to ask. It is on the 22nd spin. It's slightly better because obviously water's being injected onto the drum instead of on the glass. So on the 22nd spin, it's marginally better. On the normal 1 minute hold, it doesn't make a difference really. Just do nothing about it. Early bearing failure is, you don't really have to do anything for early bearing failure, but when bearing failure starts, you should start thinking about either replacing the bearings if that's possible, or if it's not possible, perhaps changing the tub, or if that's not worth doing, then maybe getting a new machine. But if you like the machine a lot, then the alternative, and what I will do with the IZ when the bearings start going on that, if they start going on it,
is I'll put it as a 1200 machine instead of a 1600. So you could use a lower speed if you really like the machine and like until you repair it. Up to 1400. There's still no play in the drum set. Maybe, maybe not. The WT761 I had, no play in the drum, but it was severely warped and the bearings were totally dead. So this is 1400. Doesn't sound anything like 1400, does it? I know, that's one of the annoying things about this machine. It never sounds like it's going anywhere near as fast as it is. This is 1328 RPM, to be exact, which I've measured. And yet it does sound like about 1000. When it's at 1500, it sounds like nearer 1200. But I think the 1500 might be about 1440, because that's what I measured my other hisense as. Right, it's just finishing now. Unfortunately, we do have to wait for the door to unlock. It's about 1 or 2 minutes. There's a thermal lock. But yeah, then we're going to put it in the LG. 1600 spin. And I might do another lot of towels. Actually, I've got a couple of towels here, which I might wash. Depends how I feel once we've done the 1600 spin. I might do another load for the string. Just waiting on the door at the moment. As you can see, the lock light is flashing to indicate it's waiting for the door to unlock. I really like your lights, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Right, prepare OG. Move this camera back a bit. No, it's not instant unlock, unfortunately. They've removed that for some reason. I don't know why, but they removed the instant unlock from the other. My previous hisense had instant unlock, which is one thing I really liked about it actually, which I'm annoyed that they removed. But unfortunately, this one does not have instant unlock. Let me just take a photo of the duvet stuck to the drum. I'll disconnect the energy meter as well, because that is now the that's the duvet and pillows wash day fully done. I'm going to put this in the LG. It's soaked still. Not soaked, but it's wet. It's like it's, you know, you can feel, it feels like it's not been spun, really. Or it feels like it's been spun at like 1000. But LG will sort that out. Bear with me 1 second. I'm just putting it in the LG, trying to get it as balanced as possible. Right,
I'll shut the door, we'll turn it round. Right. Let's see if I missed anything in the chat. Oh, can you show us the drum after you take out the... I mean, you might have been able to see the drum just now, but I apologise, I didn't see that before I turned you round. After this, I might be able to. Right, let's... there we go. I hope that's well balanced enough for 1600. The LG needs a bit of a wipe. It's got some marks on it. It is, but without the heat shield, you would notice the difference if I took the heat shield off. It is annoying sometimes. But at least it's better than the heat shields that are fully like tinted or fully dark, because I really hate them. I wonder if I can change the name of the live stream halfway through. Do you know if I can do that? I have actually, yes. I've used time dry for when I just needed stuff done quickly. And I've also used time dry for a drying race. I've done one drying race, which was against Washer Lad's Hoover dryer, and I used time dry 1 hour for that, and it was against, I believe it was the Daily 59 drying cycle. No, I don't think. Oh, that's a shame. Right, well, this started out as a duvet wash, but it's becoming a... Well, it is still a duvet wash technically. Did it dry? Yes, on the 1 hour wash and dry, it actually dried pretty well. That's nicely balanced. We can allow 1600 with that. What does this button do? Oh. All this time it's been on top chat, and I think I've been missing some messages because it's been on top chat instead of live chat. Sorry about that if I missed any messages. My one didn't dry a few tea towels on time dry sexy at all, they were damp. That's interesting. You don't think it's to do with the different design of the dryer box or different drum design, do you? That's my only explanation for the difference.
although heat on BSH washer dryers can dry when used low heat. Low heat on my LG works very well. I don't know why yours is not working. Again, I can only assume that's down to different drum design and different dryer box design. So we want bone dry clothes on issues and wardrobes. It seems like they may have messed up the drying on the modern ones, which is annoying. Hi, it's 51 app. Welcome to the stream. Or Eco Dry. I'm interested in Eco Dry actually, because I haven't used an Eco drying cycle on either a washing machine or a dryer yet, because I haven't had one that's had an Eco drying. I think I have a rough idea. I'm assuming it just maintains a lower temperature to use less energy. Approaching 1200 RPM. The glass is condensing up a bit, unfortunately, so it's limiting the view. So if you join up too heavy or smaller, it does step in for half an hour. Tumbles normal and heats to 6. Surely doing like normal tumbling would be better for drying than just doing the stepping, I would have thought. Apologies for that. I was just writing down the information about the wash day. If you do a full load on Eco Dry, it does step in for longer for 45 minutes, then heat to 55, and does a firmness when it holds for 3 minutes. Interesting. I do think I would prefer the way mine dries, where you just have the drying spoon and then you just have a consistent drying cycle
regardless of load size. Again, I don't think the stepping's going to do a lot compared to just normal tumbling, especially because mine has a mix of 45 RPM and 60 RPM tumbling on drying to maximise airflow. This is 1400 RPM. It'll accelerate to 1600 in just under a minute. I have found slightly better drying performance on Eco Dry than normal dry. Fair enough then. May as well use Eco Dry if it performs better. There we go. Acceleration to 1600. And that's full speed. 1570 RPM. Turbo was 59, option dry also was fair enough. Should I get a Miele? I'm not really the right person to ask about Miele, because I don't really have any interest in them, and I haven't really ever had any interest in them. So I don't really know a lot about them for that reason. WTD163, let's have a Google.
that one. £8kg wash, 5kg dry, 1500 spin. It looks decent. Again, as I say, I'm not very interested in Miele, so, but it looks decent. This will be done soon. And then, should I wash the towels? Don't know whether to wash the towels or not. It's part of the stream. I think that was something coming through the letterbox. Bear with me a sec. Right, sorry about that, that was indeed something coming through the letterbox. Let's move this back. Sorry about the floor, it does need a bit of a clean. Let's take a photo, where's my phone? Oh, there it is. Of the duvet stuck to the drum, and then I will, where am I going to put this? I'll put it in the Indeset dryer. Can't really see what I'm doing. Hope that's a good photo. It's decent. That'll do. Where am I going to put this duvet? I'll put it in the dryer. Although there are two pillows in the dryer. It's big enough to fit both the pillows and the duvet in. That's much better spun. I'll dry those off stream. So, let's see what's going on in the chat. Never watch a stream where you wash towels. Let's see how many we have. Also see what the time is. 5:23. How many is that? I think I will not wash the towels today. Sorry to disappoint, but I want to, because that's all I have, I would like I want to save up for a bigger load. I like doing full loads of towels compared to washing. I don't mind washing a couple of towels, but I feel like it's more interesting to wash full loads sometimes, because fuller loads are more enjoyable. So that's going to be it for this stream. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then please leave a like, and hopefully I will stream more often. Today's stream was rather unexpected, and only happened because Hisense failed to wash a duvet without me having to add 20 odd litres of water to it, which then it filled up perfectly fine on the rinses by itself. So yeah, as I said, that's going to be it. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.